And nobody can really explain what's going on with these plane crash. And I just had a few questions, and I'm like, who could I ask? And I said, let me test the AI theory out and see, if it would help me answer the questions that I had. So I thought it was very interesting, and I wanted to just come on here and share this theory because it doesn't make sense that these planes are just crashing. We just had one a few minutes ago out in DC. And this has been going on, and nobody is really giving us an explanation. And we're kind of just like brushing over it. But these planes are crashing. So, like, does there need to be a ban on air travel, except for like the goods that are coming in until they figure this out? Like, do we need to be doing that, or do American citizens need to be thinking about, you know, what they need to do? Because these planes are constantly coming. It's not making sense why they're constantly coming down. It's happening too frequently with not even a year's gap in between. So it's starting to make me feel suspicious. So I'm thinking something's going on. And I know that China, I'm not blaming China or saying anything, but I know that they work a lot on aviation. They have these new cars that can detach. The little plane will detach from the car, and I guess the car meets you at your destination, whatever. I wouldn't even play with my life like that, but I mean, they're innovative, and that's what they're doing. So I asked a couple of questions to Copilot here. So I asked, does China have aviation software that controls planes from land? And they said yes. China has developed aviation software that allows for ground control of aircraft. That includes the system of flight operations, the flight planning, and maintenance management. Okay, so those are the three areas that they're saying. So I'm like, that wasn't really, what I'm trying to get to. So they asked me, hey, is there anything else you want to know? So I'm like, yes. And I'm trying to show you, like, this is a good way to get specific answers. From AI, sometimes it's the way you ask the question. So I'm like, yes, can aviation software from China land a plane? And it says China's aviation software, particularly its air traffic management system, is quite advanced and capable of handling various aspects of flight operations, including landing. And then it goes to tell you a little bit more about, the system and how it's controlled or whatever. But, I just wanted to know about the landing. Do they have the capability to land, to bring a plane down to the ground? So they answered that for me. But then they told me, at the end how um, it says, however, the actual landing of the plane is typically managed by highly trained air traffic controllers and pilots. Okay, with the software serving as a tool to enhance safety and efficiency or whatever. So they're trying to get away from kind of what I'm saying, like that's not really what they're doing. So I'm trying to lead them in to answer my question. So they wanted to know if I wanted to know anything else. I said yes. Has this technology been used and when? Right, so I'm trying to get them to answer some specific questions, and they did that. They just told me more about the testing and what is going on or whatever, but they're not saying that they used it on anyone uh, specifically. And so then I got down to the nitty gritty. I said, could China use this technology in war? And so here they go. They say aviation technology, including advanced air traffic management systems, certainly has the potential to be repurposed for military applications. In complex scenario, such technology could be used to enhance the coordination and the control of military aircraft, improve surveillance and reconnaissance capabilities, and increase the precision of operations. So they're basically saying curtail to them, like they could better their army through this or whatever. Like, it's not really saying what I wanted to do. But then they go into telling me how complex that would be and the ethics of everything. But if you're trying to attack somebody, nobody's learning about ethics or whatever. So then I just came out and said what I want. I said, yes, can aviation technology be used to land in a war opponent's plane? And then it's like, oh, that's a fascinating thought. Like nobody went through. That's a fascinating thought. So theoretically, advanced aviation technology could be used to interfere with or even control an opponent's aircraft. And so everything else, well, you can't come back and read this. Well, you come back and look at the video if you want. But that's all. There's some more stuff down here, but yeah, I didn't want to get into that. I just wanted to bring in the fact that all of these plane crashes are happening, and nobody is kind of saying what could be the obvious. Okay, but now we know that China does have the ability to land someone else's plane other than their own. They can reach out. It's not just curtailed to their plane and they can only control the aircrafts that they build and they run. No, they can also control someone else's. So that's just something to think about, something I wanted to do, and just a cool way to show how I use Copilot. All right, I'm gone.